Hello, this is Mr. Wyrick. I'm here to talk to you about lesson 8.3. This is the third lesson from chapter 8, and it's over special right triangles. There are two classified special right triangles. They always have the exact same relationship between the sides, and it's one that's fairly simple to calculate. The first of these is 8.8. It's the 45-45-90 right triangle. If you're doing work, this is the diagonal of the square. So, what we have here is we have an isosceles triangle. Because these two are 45, these two sides are both the same. So I'm just going to label them as x. And then this hypotenuse here, opposite my 90-degree angle, is going to be x times the square root of 2. Okay, there's going to be basically two kinds of problems that you're going to solve with this. If they tell you that the leg is 5, then opposite the 90-degree angle at my hypotenuse, the distance is going to be 5 square root of 2. The other thing that they're going to do is occasionally they'll tell you something like, okay, the hypotenuse is 7. So if my hypotenuse here is 7, that means that x times the square root of 2 is equal to 7. So in order to solve for x, which is going to be my side opposite the 45, I have to divide by the square root of 2. Now mathematicians are kind of persnickety, so they don't like to leave a radical on the bottom of a fraction. So you have to multiply by the square root of 2 over 2. So if my hypotenuse is 7, my side in this case is going to be 7 square root of 2 over 2. If I take the square root of 2 times the square root of 2 on the bottom, that leaves me with 2 on the bottom, and 7 times the square root of 2 is 7 square root of 2. Okay? Basically, whatever the hypotenuse is, you put it in for times the square root of 2 divided by 2. And that'll give you your answer for those legs. On the next one, 8, 9, it's the 30, 60, 90 right triangle, so it's kind of like this. If this is my 30-degree angle, opposite that is the one that would be labeled x. Here's my 90-degree angle. The one opposite that, the hypotenuse, would be 2 times x. And then opposite my 60-degree angle, my larger angle, is going to be x times the square root of 3. So again, this time, because we have 3 different measurements to deal with as opposed to just 2, if they say that the side opposite the 30 is 5, then my hypotenuse opposite my 90 is 10, and opposite my 60 is 5 square root of 3. If they tell me that my hypotenuse is, we'll pick something a little different, 13, then half of that is my side opposite the 30, which would be 6.5, 6.5, and then opposite my 60-degree angle would be 6.5 square root of 3, or 6.5 square root of 3, or if you want to write the whole thing as a fraction, it would be 13 square root of 3 over 2. Okay? Again, it's relationships going back and forth. Now, if you remember this dividing by the radical, if they tell me that the side opposite the 60 is 4, then in order to get this here, I have to understand that x times the square root of 3 is equal to 4. I divide by the square root of 3, so I get 4 over the square root of 3. So I have to multiply that by square root of 3 over the square root of 3, and I get, for my side opposite the 30, 4 square root of 3 over 3. Again, if my side opposite the 60 is 4, my side opposite the 30 is 4 square root of 3 over 3. And then I multiply that by 2 to get my hypotenuse, so that would be 8 square root of 3 over 3. Okay? I remember this by doing the right triangle cha-cha. If you have ever danced the cha-cha, it's an interesting dance. You take a step forward, you take a step back, and then you do a quick cha-cha-cha, 3 steps. So, I remember this 45-45-90 as my 1, 2, because this is 1x, and this is x times square root of 2, so that's my 1, 2. And then this is my cha-cha-cha, my 1, 2, 3. So you go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. If you have to get up in the middle of the test and do the cha-cha for a second to remember how these all fit together. This is not something that's typically on the formula charts. You have to remember these as the relationships between the 45-45-90 triangles and the 30-60-90 triangles. If you need a full demonstration of the cha-cha, remember, ask me during class. We'll all stand up, we'll all do the cha-cha together. We may do that anyway, so you can look forward to dancing. The problems that you need to do for this lesson are going to be 8 through 26. I skipped over 27. We'll do 28 through 43. And then number 48, one of those higher order thinking, the critical thinking type of problems. If there's something about this that you don't understand, that you need me to go over again, again, ask in class, everybody can get the benefit, or just come up and ask me during tutorials. I'll go over it privately with you. If you have anything else, I guess we'll see you then, and you can have it for me then.